Welcome back to Mondays with Marian. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. If you guys have been watching for a while, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. I love all the comments. I love when you guys share it. If something resonates with you, please don't forget to share and also send me a message. Let me know what you guys like, what you don't, what content you want me to talk about. I post up videos every Monday and I talk about a wide variety of things from entrepreneurship, business, spirituality, and really kind of sharing my own experiences and my journey with everyone, because I think we're all here to learn from each other. As much as I can teach you, I know there's so much more that I could learn from everyone else. And today I really wanted to talk about money and abundance. This has been a very prevalent topic and sort of that I think about daily. I used to be so scared of talking about money. I had a scarcity mindset. A lot of it is because of my upbringing. And not to say that one thing is bad or good in terms of my upbringing, but to share with you guys, I'm Asian American, Filipino. Growing up, it was always money doesn't grow on trees, or being too rich is bad, or evil, or rich people are greedy, like a lot of those things, or we don't have enough money. And it's really kind of that scarcity mindset. I grew up actually pretty comfortable, middle-class family. My parents both were educated and had really good jobs. I went to private school, so it's not like we were super poor. There was nothing that, I had food on the table. I was actually very blessed. I think it's that old school type of mentality, and I'm sure you guys can relate if you had parents that went through the Great Depression, or grandparents, or came from a third world country where resources are not as abundant and money is not easy to come by. I get it, I understand, but because I was shaped by that, I was scared of money. I was horrible at my finances, especially in my 20s and all through college. I put myself into a lot of debt. At one point, I think I was $70,000 in debt. I had college student loan debt, I had a whole bunch of credit card debt. I had a great paying job, 401k, but yet I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I just couldn't understand why. I realized that it was my relationship with money and with abundance. I had a scarcity mindset. And it wasn't until I realized that I was like, you know what? This has got to change. And I started really understanding and educating myself about what money and abundance was. Once I started really learning more, thinking very differently, everything shifted. To give you guys practical steps, one of the things that I really had to learn was money is energy, flowing in and out. The more you hold on to it and the more you don't share, the more that energy is also not going to share with you. I'm a big believer of manifestations and manifesting your own destiny and creating opportunity and that flow of energy. And I used to be so stuck before because I was scared. Money used to scare me. The talk about money, finances, abundance, I would run away from that. I didn't want to look at my credit card statements because I didn't want to think about it. For some reason, I thought it would work its way out. But once I decided to confront it and be like, you know what? This is a problem. I have a problem. I need to really reevaluate my thinking, my train of thought when it came to money and finances. The first thing, what I did was really changing my mindset and educating myself. I realized that I was scared of money and finances because I knew nothing about it. My parents didn't teach me. They don't really teach you in school. They kind of just like, here, go to, high school, college, get a job, and they don't teach you anything about money and finances and how credit works and how loans work, and you're just kind of left to your own devices to fuck up. And that's what I did. I didn't understand it, so I just kind of went crazy. But the moment that I was like, I gotta face my fear, I have to make a plan and I got myself into this, I gotta get myself out of it. And the first thing was really teaching myself. I started reading a lot about money, finances, investing, and how to get out of debt. I started reading a book with Tony Robbins. I actually, a really good book is Ramit Sethi's I Will Teach You to Be Rich. It sounds catchy and kind of gimmicky, but it is so amazing. It has very actionable steps of how to start changing the way you think about money and how you start not only saving, but automating a lot of things, really work your way backwards. And so I started being creative with really taking a step back and looking at all my spending, my unnecessary spending, what I needed to do to cut things, start paying off credit cards, look at different side businesses to make income. I got into real estate and I started really being more educated and aware of how I was handling money, and that really changed things around for me. Once I wasn't scared of it anymore, it's something that I can control now. It wasn't something that controlled me. And it is the greatest feeling. And as of last year, debt-free, I paid off $70,000 worth of debt and loans and everything. I have started investing. And you don't really need to have a lot of money to start investing. $100 here, a few $100 there. Start really thinking about your future and making better choices. Everything changed. And ever since I started really aligning with thinking abundantly and being thankful for everything that I already have. Even when I was broke, I started changing how, instead of thinking, fuck, I'm broke, I have no money, I changed the way I thought of money and the way I said things. I started, it was around the same time where I started my gratitude practice, and it kind of went hand in hand. I'm broke, oh my God. And instead of putting that energy of not having money and lacking, I started changing my attitude. I'm very grateful that I still have clothes on my back. I'm not going hungry. I started just being grateful and realizing how abundant my life actually was, instead of looking at how lacking it was. And that change in mindset, coupled with my daily gratitude practice, and then I started meditating and reading, all that kind of came together. Things just started working out. Once I started shifting my focus away from what I didn't have to what I had and looking for opportunities to make more money, businesses started really doing well. That flow, I unblocked myself from holding on that bad energy of not making money and scarcity, and I unblocked myself. And now, I live comfortably. I definitely have goals to be more financially abundant, but I know I'm gonna get there. I don't ever feel that I'm lacking. I always feel grateful for everything that I have. I'm educated now in terms of how to handle my finances, so I am able to work on that. And a few things that I personally use to help me kind of organize everything. I use mint.com to really help me with stuff. I use Wealthfront to invest. I have money in life insurance, as well as I set up an account for Ally Bank. I still use a regular bank, but I transferred my savings into an online bank because you actually can get more interest, and they put it into the money market, and I put money away to invest and kind of let it run on its own. I'm not a huge stocks person, so I don't have the time also to really study that. So I put it in a place after doing my research that I know will do kind of well on its own and grow exponentially from there, as long as every month I just put money into it. So I use those resources. Everything when it comes to paying my bills, I automate everything so that nothing is late and I don't have to pay late fees. I realized when I was trying to remember to do everything, I was paying late fees. That's just a waste of money. And in terms of credit cards, I paid off the smallest amount first, actually. And once I paid that off, I went to the next one and I paid all that off, and the next one. And so I started paying off all my credit cards. Instead of minimum payments, which what I was used to doing here for every single one, I decided to put as much as I can to finish one card and another. I cut off 2 cards. I started really streamlining everything and getting more focused. And ever since then, it's been so amazing. Last year, I was able to hit 6 figures. I hadn't done that ever since I left corporate. So that was a really big accomplishment for me. And I had paid off all my debt. I had no more student loans. It was just such a liberating feeling. I knew it took time, but once I dedicated to it and changed my mindset, I made a plan, I educated myself, things just really started opening up. So that is my advice. That is what the steps that I took in order to free myself from the burden of money and finances. And I started shifting it so that I started controlling it instead of it controlling me. That's it. I will write down all the resources for the links that I talked about. Please let me know if this was helpful, if you guys have any questions, and feel free to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Bacol-Uba. Don't forget to subscribe and share with everyone. Thank you so much, and see you guys next week.